Yo, what's going on? Welcome back to Heart of the City 99. Heart of the City 99. It has been a journey almost to 100. Got a lot in store today. Got a lot in store for y'all today. We're going to talk about the Yankees, who just seem to always disappoint at the right time. They are getting into their playoff push, though. New York Mets also getting into their playoff push. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into the New York Giants and Jets wrapping up the preseason. We'll see who possibly can make the roster. Any news and notes there? Touch on and get into all the football. I know y'all hyped up for that. And then we got a special NYC Culture Segment for you guys tonight. Y'all gonna love this one, man. Yeah, I'm not gonna tease it. We just gonna get into it, man, when we get into it, man. But we got all that and much more, man. We're gonna hit the intro, man, and we coming right back, man. Y'all hit that like button. Let's get it.
Ricey K, the Raisin Man.
All right, y'all, man. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate the intro, man. Welcome back to another edition of Heart of the City. Coach, what's good with you, brother, man? How you feeling tonight, man?
Much better than last week. Thank you for holding me down last week, man. You know that sometimes in little flu bugs come up and just be like, So, but yeah, I'm good, much better. You know, appreciate you and you guys for holding it down. So,
yeah, no doubt, man. Appreciate you too, as always. But we got a lot to get into tonight. Like I said in the opener, we getting into these Yankees, man. This team right here, y'all know how I get about this team. Again, they doing what they do. We're gonna get into it. Appreciate my brothers in the chat, man. Shout out to Leaf Diggy. Shout out to Big Fan Breezy. Brothers, can't wait to have y'all on, man, for Heart of the City 100, man. Appreciate y'all, bro, for tapping in. As always, day one, loyal supporters. And right on cue, man. We got to get into it, man. Let's get into Around the City. Y'all know how we do, man. We're going to walk the blocks, man. We're going to go around the city, man, and check in with all the squads, man, like how we do. Like, subscribe, like Breezy said, man. Let's get into it, man. Let's push this thing. Let's go.
I want the power, but I want the love and respect first. Said I want the power, but I want the love and respect first. Yeah, I want the power. But I want the love and respect first. Yeah, I want the power, the love and respect first.
All right, man. We're gonna get into the New York Yankees. Of course, Yankees right now, let's update. Let's get the updated information first before we go back into what happened the other day. So right now it's 5-3. John Carlos Staunton just hit a 2-run home run, top of the 10th. Yankees blew it, but now they hopefully can make up and get this W. They were up.
Congratulations, well done.
I do believe it was 3-1 at one point, but nevertheless, Yankees getting it done, and the Yankees are getting it done via the bats. The bats have come alive because his pitching ain't doing a goddamn thing. This Bendar give up a home run, double, I should say, and that's how the Rays got back in this game. But Yankees have been getting it done with the bats lately, Coach, and
New York Yankees.
It was on display with that game the other day, man, when they hit it out the park. The Yankees, of course, franchise record 9 home runs against the Rays. That is twice in a season that they have done that, and that's how they've been getting by. That's how they've been getting by on a 4-game winning streak now. And there goes another one. Just as I speak, Yankees hit another home run. That was Austin Wells. Austin Wells getting it done for the Yanks. 6-3 now, 6-3. So they are starting possibly to hit their groove. Or are they? Are you sold, Coach, man? Talk to me, man. Let me get Coach in here. What's good with you, bro?
Well, first things first. That's for the home run. But I'm not completely sold.
You on the turntables tonight. I feel
the new little gadget. Yeah, I got it. But I'm not completely sold as yet because I've been there before. You feel good, and the next thing you know, the bottom falls out, and you're just like, what the? Right. So, right now they have to do a lot more right now to really reel me in. Because I was on another show, and unpopular opinion, I even said they're not going to make the playoffs. So, but 4 games, okay, you're stretching. Maybe they heard me and it ignited something, and they can get on a consistent roll. So, at best, can they get to the top of the wild card? Even better, can you get after them damn birds and cook their goose, man? But we'll see, one step at a time. But fully, am I totally bought in? No. Do I like what they're doing? Yes. That's my expectation. So, and I do like that, but they got a lot more to do from my point of view. So, didn't know they got up to the first spot. Last time I checked, they were at the bottom. So,
yeah, the Yankees, like I said, on a 4-game win streak, 7 out of the last 10. So they're getting hot. Hopefully at the right time. It has been with the bats though. And they've played the Tampa Bay Rays, who are not a good team this year, and the Cardinals, who they swept. So I still want to see you do it against Boston. Series coming up. So I want to see you do it against Boston, and I want to see you do it against Toronto. That's who you gotta prove it against. But nevertheless, these bats are getting hot at the right time for the New York Yankees. We'll come back to the Yankees. I'll give you guys a final here in just a few minutes. But we got to walk the block, man. Y'all know how we do it. We got to walk the block, man. We're going to get into the New York Mets, man. We're going to go over to Queens and holla at the Mets.
New York Mets.
The Mets, man. Pete Alonso, of course, got the home run record. Broke that record a week ago, but it hasn't been great for the Mets. It has not been great for the Mets. But Pete Alonso with a milestone here, breaking, of course, Strawberry's record. Probably should have covered that one last week, but you know, we was down the man. But Coach, how you feel about Pete Alonso breaking Darryl Strawberry's franchise home run record for the New York Mets here?
Mr. Alonso, congratulations. You know, Darryl Strawberry is a legend in Mets history. You know, say what you want about the off the field, but on the field, that man brought that bat and brought people in, brought the eyes in, and it's a long-standing record. So for him to be able to get there, you know, as Breezy just said, miss Jeff, yes, and Jeff would be so proud right now that he surpassed this. So again, another round of applause to you. So congratulations, well deserved, and you know, we'll see what happens. So
absolutely, man, well deserved for Pete Alonso, and I mean, he's gonna need every home run he can get, man, because the Mets have not been getting it done here as of late. As you can see, they're 4-6 in their last 10. And again, man, it's been a struggle for this team hitting the baseball. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's what they're facing. That's what they're facing. They themselves are in a dogfight as well for their wild card, as they are again chasing those pesky Cubbies, Mr. Producer's Cubbies, leading the wild card race right now. But the Mets, they right there, Cincinnati Reds and their Cardinals, aforementioned Cardinals, who the Yankees took care of for the Mets. Thank you, Bert. You're welcome, Mets fans. Got them out the way for y'all. Knocked them back down. Now they 4.5 back. But again, the Mets, I'm telling you, man, all hype. All hype. All hype. They lose tonight to the Nationals 5-4. Stinga with the L tonight. So, you know, one of their best guys out there could not get it done. The Mets 4 runs on 8 hits, 1 error. And like I said, it's been tough. It has been tough for this ball club. In that National League is tight, Coach. It's tight. It's tight. You talking Dodgers, Phillies, you already know. Talk about the Cubs. Where's the direction? Is this team good enough? I mean, that's what I'm saying. With these hype teams, the Mets were all hype. We got Soto from the Yankees. We did this. We did that. And I'm getting on y'all right now because this is what happens when you buy into the hype. Now, to their credit, they was in the NLCS last year. It was right there. But is it looking like they're going back? You talk to me, Coach. What's wrong with this team?
I mean, biggest thing for me has been the play of Soto. For the money that he's being paid. But you know what? Let's take the money out of the equation. Just the bottom line. You're supposed to be a superstar in this league. And he's not hitting like he's a superstar. You expect more out of him. You know, you're expecting 50, 60 home runs. You're expecting a plus 300 average. You know, you're expecting high walks coming from this man. And, you know, I remember you said it earlier. He was, 8 for 53 at one point? You can't get that from this man more than anyone. You know, I mean, you have Alonso getting his home run record, but other than that, what do you really attribute the Mets? And, you know, they have talent on this team. They're fighting for a wild card. They have better talent than to be fighting for the wild card. They should be fighting with the Phillies for the division. To be brutally honest, it should be those two going back and forth. Yeah. And they're at right now fighting just to stay in the wild card. So what the issue is, I really couldn't even tell you, man, because, you know, all right, 6-4 over the last 10, so you're above 500, but you expect more from this team. This team at the beginning of the year was a World Series contender, supposed to be competing with the Dodgers for the National League.
They're 4-6 over the last 10.
4-6.
By the way, yeah.
So, yeah, you're under 500, so you're underwhelming. You're not playing to your potential. So, is it the managing? Don't know. But, you know, one of the biggest issues, and you know what? You get all that money, you're going to get the vast majority of the blame is Soto. You know, you'd have to look at the pitching to see how the pitching is done, because usually they do have a good pitching staff, and really can't tell you right now what the team ERA is, but I'm going to start with Soto is the biggest issue right now, because if he's playing at an elite status, I think he helps a lot of the other hitters, you know, because the teams are probably in certain situations put him on base, and you'll probably have opportunities to either move him, or if you have a player in scoring position, scoring runs. So
yeah. By the way, the Mets ERA, that is earned run average for you baseball novices, 5. Giving up 5 games over the last 10. So again, pitching not getting it done either for the Mets. By the way, catchers Francisco Alvarez is placed on the 10-day DL. Just paying attention to the Yankees game, seeing if that one's going to wrap up here pretty soon. But yeah, the Mets got some problems, man. Mets got some problems. But let's talk about let's get to the football, man. Let's get to the football. Let's talk about the New York Giants. We're gonna get to the New York Giants, man, who just bullied the Jets.
New York Giants.
New York Jets.
All right, man. Let's get into the Jets and the Giants. I got a lot of tabs up here. But Jets and Giants, of course, given reason for hope. Of course, you know you got Abdul Carter and Jackson Dart, of course, for the Giants, who have showed out in this preseason, and honestly, there's a lot of good feelings about the Giants right now. It's a lot of good feelings about the Giants, but I want to be honest with you. I want to be honest with y'all. Is it false hope? You know, is it false hope? Now, Brandon Brown, one quick thing real quick. Brandon Brown definitely came out and shut down the Jameis Winston trade talk. I've been telling people about this pretty much all offseason, that they was going to try to get rid of one of these quarterbacks. Rumors was that Jameis was the odd man out, but apparently Brandon Brown is shutting that down. But it says, according to P-Train, shout out to this trainer, it says that the Giants have reportedly been contacted by teams about the availability of quarterback Jameis Winston. Now, the Giants, of course, heading into the game tomorrow night at 8 p.m. with the Patriots, the final preseason game. Coach, should the Giants try to trade Jameis Winston?
No.
Talk to me.
No. You do not trade Jameis Winston. He's good for this team. He's good for this city. I mean, people love him. Don't tell me, you can get you a 5th, 6th, or 7th round draft pick. Now, if you tell me somebody wants him for a 2nd or 3rd round, then I'm like, okay.
Who's doing that, right?
Exactly. But realistically, no. The biggest reason, and I know there are people out there who say, we need to play him from day one in terms of Jackson Dart. No. My opinion, it's Russ, it's Jameis Winston, it's Jackson Dart. I want Jackson Dart to sit. I really do. If he's playing in an emergency situation, your quarterbacks, your other two in front are hurt, different story, I understand. Right now, I need him to sit and learn the game. Later in the season, different story. With Jameis here and Russell, to me, that just says, okay, he's there. I understand the arguments that, if they're struggling to save his job, he's going to throw him in because then you got to go with the rookie. I still am to the point, no, I wouldn't. I just wouldn't. It's Jameis Winston is still effective enough to help you win games. And what is Herm's famous saying? You play to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
So it's Russ and him right now give you the best opportunity to win. I'm not saying Jackson Dart doesn't have talent. Kid has talent. I've watched, I've looked. There's things that I did not see from him down at Ole Miss. I'll be honest. So I'm like, okay, you're developing him properly. Plus you have 2 veterans, 2 who have been through the ringers that can help this kid as you go along. Now, yes, the best way to learn the game is to play. There's no denying that. But right now, I don't want to get him out there and, God forbid, you mess up his development going forward. Because we still have, you can feel comfortable with the offensive line in comparison to other years, but it's still not there. It's still not there, and I don't want to put too much pressure on him. I don't want to put the heat on him where he's, running out of the pocket all the time. And the kid, he'll run. Sometimes it's slide, and he's dipping his shoulder. So these are things that, to me, he still needs to learn. He needs to work on. And if you put him in there in the game early, he's a competitor. No. Jameis, you keep Jameis. That's one of the biggest reasons why. Number 2, he can still win you a game or 2. He really can. So, plus, my brother is funny. I'm sorry, he's funny.
Yeah.
He's entertaining. So
entertaining, yeah. Right? Now, with this Giants team, what do you expect to see? And I agree with you. I think they need to hold on to Jameis Winston, and it's because of what you said about Jackson Dart. Giants fans have to understand that the whole point of them bringing in all these quarterbacks, everybody was talking about, dang, Giants getting all these quarterbacks, talking about Aaron Rodgers, talking about Matthew Stafford, was talking about, ended up getting Russell Wilson. The whole point of that was to draft a rookie quarterback and allow him to sit because you have an established veteran in front of him. And the Giants just happen to get lucky and get 2 guys that I think is very valuable options. to where you don't have to force your rookie into play. But the fans always chirping. And it's like, are they going buck again? You know, and I mean that by ownership, coaching, the organization, and giving to the fan base. That's what I'm waiting to see. Because you laid out the perfect, you know, Aaron Rodgers / Pat Mahomes type scenario where you can allow the quarterback to actually come in here and sit and learn and not have to play him right away. Like Cam Ward's probably going to have to play. Maybe Shedeur Sanders going to have to play right away. Maybe Tyler Shuck going to have to play right away. You don't have to play your guy right away. So why would you just go back on that just because, you know, the kid looks good in preseason? See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You got to think about it. Now, real quick, let's get into this preseason game finale here. What do you expect to see out of the Giants here in this last upcoming preseason game, Coach?
I'm really not expecting to see, if any, of the key contributors. I'm really not. I'm expecting to see a lot of back-end guys fighting for a position on the team, especially on special teams. You know, see what they can do. You know, if you had to put them in, who is best suited for the system that you are going to be running, you know, on offense and defense. And then, like I said, with your special teams, because that's an important component to the game. So you want to make sure you have the right guys there. You know, it's like with return, you know, kickoff return, who is it going to be? Your punt returner, who's going to be? You know, even the gunners, you know, the guys, you know, in the coverage teams, you know, all of that. You know, to me, that's where you're really looking at more than anything. So I'm not really, you know, do I expect to see Russell? I'll be honest with you, no, I don't. Jameis, okay, I can see Jameis playing a little bit. You know, Tommy Cutlets, Jackson Dart, maybe. Now, if you want to say you want to start him in it to start the game, give him a series or two and then sit him down, okay, cool. And then let Jameis and Tommy D go the rest of the game. I'm cool with that too. You know, but the offensive line, I want to see my son. Yes, I said it, my son. Evan Neal. I want to see him out there at the guard playing a good percentage of this game. You know, because he still needs to get the reps playing at the guard. He's been okay. I mean, some people are saying, oh, he's, you know, great. And there's some things he still needs to work on. Especially, it's a lot quicker than playing out there on the at the tackle spot. So, you know, you're just going up against bigger guys. So I want to see him, you know, and then the backup guard guys. You know, Kubis has not impressed me at all this preseason. I mean, he's getting beat across his face, you know, quite a few times. I mean, it happens once in a while, but quite a few times, you know. And then on the defensive line, I mean, you know, there's issues there. You know, we need depth there, you know, especially behind Dexter and what's his name? Robertson? You know, what do we have there? And then
Roy Robert Harrison, something like that. Yeah,
so I mean, you know, what do you do there? Because, you know, DJ Davidson, Riley, even Nochez, you know, now if somebody else can step up and you can let Nochez go, and that's money that you can, you know, save. You know, so it there's a lot. You know, what are you doing with Chapman? You know, and then, you know, with Alexander, you know, this is a great opportunity to let him play a lot more.
Yes.
Because you're not going to play your key contributors. So, you know, your linebackers, your cornerbacks, you know, between Tate Banks and Flott, you know, do you start both of them and, you know, and let Debo sit and then let those two really battle it out to see this last game, or at least in, you know, the first quarter, you know, things like that. These are the things that you want to look at, you know, safety, you know, again, those are the things that, from a coaching perspective, I would definitely be looking at, you know, more than, and also the wide receivers. You know, what are we? I mean, we can almost pencil in. I know you guys don't want to hear the third one, but Robinson is making his team as the third wide receiver. But
I mean, obviously,
yeah, I know you don't like him, but like his game. But right now, between the rest of the guys, who's going to step up to take his spot in the slot game? So we still, even the backup tight ends, with Fedoni and Manhurts, Dolchich. I mean, we have a lot of spots to look at. So that's why I'm saying, from a coaching perspective, we have a lot to look at. I don't even care what the score of the game is. I'm just watching it. When I tune in, I'm looking for how are these guys putting what they're coached on the football field and on film, and can the coaching staff say, yeah, he's going to fit into what we're trying to do, and he's going to help us down the road somewhere. So
it's funny, man. Turbo Miller, the leading receiver for the Giants this preseason. Poor Dante Miller, man, just can't seem to crack the squad, man. Feel sorry for that kid, man, but he's doing his best.
He might make it as a returner.
Yeah, let's see. But I'm with you, man. I just main thing I want is no injuries. Just come out the game healthy, and get ready for the start of the season. All right, let's get into the Jets here. We're gonna go over across the hallway to the Jets locker room.
New York Jets.
Making a couple moves here. They acquired Harrison Phillips and Jawan Briggs in separate trades. Jets traded 2 6th-round picks, 2026 and 2027. Let's see if I could make that. All right. So traded 2 picks. Of course, right here, they said they're paying $3.7 million of Phillips' salary, but Phillips is going to project as a starter beside defensive tackle Quinnen Williams. So, and they also traded for this Briggs kid to help their defensive front. So Jets making some moves along the defensive tackle position. I guess trying to get better with that run defense up front. But what's your thoughts on these 2 moves? Minor or major? What you thinking?
As far as Harrison Phillips, especially if he can play to what he's been, I definitely like that with him and Quinnen Williams. Now, is he going to be an all-star? A Pro Bowler, I'm sorry. I'm not expecting him to do that, but he's going to be serviceable that if you're doubling Quinnen Williams, he can still make a play, especially in the run game. Now, I don't think he can push the pocket in the pass, but he's not an interior pass rusher. So, Briggs, I don't know too much about him, so I'm not going to speak to him.
Tackle.
I'm not going to speak to him. So
another D tackle depth. 23 years old.
Coming from Cleveland, I mean, he's all right. He played in a good system, so he can bring you something. So, like you said, he's a depth piece, but really, the big one to me is Harrison Phillips. Can he bring something to the table, to the Jets, playing alongside Quinnen Williams? And if he does, that's a nice little interior tandem. So we'll see.
Yeah, so Jets making moves, but the thing about the Jets, though, Coach, is quarterback, man. We seen, we called the game. Seeing Justin Fields out there. I tell you, man, Jets gonna have to be one of the best running teams in football this year if they plan on making the playoffs. I'm just gonna be honest with you, because that kid Justin Fields, he just ain't that type of quarterback that I just see that's just going to kill you throwing the football. He's a dual threat quarterback. As a runner, probably more deadly than as a passer. That's just the honest truth. But they do got the 1-2 punch and Breece Hall and Braylon Allen. The Jets going up against the Eagles in this final preseason game. They got two big additions. Well, big additions, but maybe not big additions but big additions as in big guys up front. Talk to me about what you expect to see out of the New York Jets, man, in their final preseason game here, Coach.
Pretty much the same thing as the Giants. Like you said earlier, no injuries. And you're looking at a lot of back-end guys trying to fight for position. I mean, you should have a general idea who your two deep almost is. Maybe there's a key position here or there that needs to be filled in, and then you go from there. The biggest thing is, like with your they have a decent, to me, they have a good offensive line. I don't want to say decent. They have a good offensive line. So like you said, that offensive line is going to help them in the run game, and the backup quarterback. I think Martinez might have the lead. So, if he can, now he can pass a little bit more. Now I did watch him in the UFL, different level. In college, especially at Nebraska, he was more of a dual threat than he's become in the pros. Now he's not, the type of quarterback that, you would be afraid of him, passing, but he's more than efficient. He can get the ball to the playmakers to allow them to do their thing. In this game, that's what I want to see. What does he do? How much you're going to let him go? And then where do you go from there with the backups? I'm not expecting to see Justin Fields in there at all. You can be critical of his game, and he's a starter. So, and this is the last preseason game. Some might say you want to get him to work.
Completing 40. I'm sorry, man. I'm just 44%. I know it's just non-compatible, but this is what Justin Fields is, man. Low completion percentage. The same problem the Colts got over there with Anthony Richardson, who completed like 30-something% of his passes last year. It's like these guys can't hit the broadside of a barn, as they say. I'm sorry. You got to be able to throw at some point.
But it's also a matter of schematics, too. How do you do that? Get him outside the pocket on occasion. You don't want him to be a pocket passer. He's not built for that. No, I'm with you on that. But like Pat always talks about the RPO game, especially if you have the run game, play action. Those are going to help him. A run game actually helps his game a lot more than you realize, because that will open up the RPO. That will also give him a little bit of the quarterback option at times. So, yes, you take advantage of his ability, getting him, out there and open, not letting him, like you said. I mean, if I'm a defense, number one, I'm trying to take away the run because I want him to pass. I want him in behind the chains. So this past game, one of the things that, I said, okay, I see what the Jets are going to do. Early in the game, remember, the Giants had them in 3rd and 8. And what did they do? They ran. So that's telling you that's going to be part of their system. They're going to play the run, and then they're going to play defense. And they're going to play field position a lot of times. Give Justin Fields a short field to work with. Worst case scenario, there's always a philosophy that offenses have. You want to start a series and always end up with a kick, whether it's a punt, a field goal, an extra point. If you do that, to me, a lot of times that is a successful, because you don't want the turnovers. Because this team you don't want to get down early and then you're forced to pass, because that's what you're going to see teams trying to get up early on the Jets, force them to pass, which now Justin Fields, we know, is not good. So now if the Jets can run, eat up the clock, play good defense, play old school, as a lot of some fans will say, ugly football, as I say, beautiful football, and it's a different ball game. So, but for this game, no, I'm sorry. I know you're Justin Fields with his completion percentage. No, you still can't put him out there right now, because if he gets hurt in this game, you know, Adrian Martinez is your starting quarterback right now. And realistically,
is Adrian Martinez a better option? Oh
no. No, I'm sorry. He's not. He's a better passer, yes. I will give you that. But he's not a threat. A team defensively is not going to be afraid of him. At least with Fields, you could say he can break out of the pocket. He can get past the pass rush. And now you can use his legs to be a playmaker. So you still have to account for that. Martinez? No. This ain't the UFL, son. I'm sorry, this is the UFL. You know, if you were that good, you would have been, at least the Saints would have signed him to be a starting quarterback. No, he's a backup quarterback who, you know what, he's serviceable.
Saints
no.
in trouble.
Yeah, but as far as right now, the Jets, right now you're trying to play for your future, and Justin Fields is not the future. We've seen it. We saw as Giants fans, the Giants, and remember, the Jets beat up on the Packers the first preseason game. Everybody was like, oh, the Jets, look at them. They're this, they're that. Or some people, and some Jets fans that I know were just so elated. And then this past week, they're like, I don't know what happened. You started to see the reality, and you know it's going to be a long season for New York. Now, I'm not saying they're going to be a bad team. You know, I mean, they possibly, depending on how things break, could be positioning to scratch for a playoff spot. We'll see. But
yeah. But yeah, we're gonna switch gears here. Yeah, just Jets. They about like the Giants for real.
Mm-hmm.
Got low expectations for them too. Let's get into the Brooklyn Nets. Real quick. I want to hit on the Nets. Rookie. The Nets traded for Haywood Highsmith. Haywood Highsmith coming over from Miami. Another wing player to add to the rotation. And it says here, at least rookies playing time uncertain. This from SI.com. Highsmith, 28 years old, 3-and-D player. They send, I should say, their 2026 second round pick and take on Highsmith's $5.6 million salary. So the Nets just trying to add more, it seems like just more salary to their team. But yeah, so even if Highsmith plays a lot though, is he going to get minutes over some of the rookies like Ben Saraf and Drake Powell? That's what the article is ensuing. While they're trading for Highsmith, of course, the Brooklyn Nets have not made any headway on the Cam Thomas front here. Says the Nets aren't even being aggressive in the offers that they're giving Cam Thomas. I don't know, man. That's why I said it makes me wonder, do they even want the kid? You know, but real quick, man, any thoughts on, because I don't really have much thoughts on this, to be honest with you, as a Nets fan. The only thing I will say is y'all doing everything you need to be doing, but getting Cam Thomas signed. I don't understand what is, like, make a move. You know, I'm a type of person, I don't like to stall. I don't like to play no games. I get to the point. Waffling means uncertainty. Uncertainty means you really don't want the guy there. And if you really don't want the guy there, you need to move on from him. Money is a factor. I get it. But what are we pointing out? They signing all these players, giving away money. You got to spend the bread, Brooklyn. So, yeah, Highsmith don't move the needle for me. I mean, I'm sure he'll be in a rotation. But what's the goal here? Y'all trying to push for the playoffs? And if you are, you damn sure need Cam Thomas. Your thoughts on this situation, Coach? Because it's pissing me off, to be honest with you.
I mean, first of all, this is the first I heard of the trade, so I didn't know anything about it. And he's a veteran. You know, like you said, he's a 3-and-D. So does, if bringing him in, does it also help Cam? Because, it gives them a 3-point shooter out there. Now, as far as the rookies, that's a different story. Does it force one to possibly sit, or two? Or you rotate those guys in for a few minutes here or there just to help in their development, or do you send those guys down at times down into the G League? To allow them to play their game and get comfortable in the pros. So, I mean, as far as Highsmith, yeah, I mean, I wasn't, all right, he's not a needle mover like you said, okay. But is he a good basketball player? That I don't know. See, if he's good, then he can help you in a multitude of ways. So
he's more of what they already have. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
He's a veteran over the.
He's a veteran, yeah. He is a veteran, but again, I mean,
how bad? Here's the other thing. Being that he's a veteran, he can at least help you be competitive, as opposed to you have all the rookies out there, and as you like to say, you're getting mollywopped. That also affects your morale, and that also affects the psyche of rookies. So, I mean, there's so many different ways that we could look at this. He's a veteran. He's been through the NBA. He knows, and he can talk to these young kids. Look, don't buy into this. Even talking with the media, but when you have a completely young team, it's kind of hard. Like I said, I don't know, if he's a 3-and-D, does this help Cam, where it's helped spread the floor a little bit more, but again, like you said, the money, the situation, I can't speak to Cam's contract desires. Because I think the last time I heard he wanted $40 million, and
again,
is he worth $40 million? That's the question.
But I mean, you know what? Yeah, he is, because at the end of the day, you drafted him, and you've been waffling. If there was an opportunity to move on, or you should have done it already. But you act like you want him, but then you act like you don't want him. And it's just, I don't know. I don't know, man.
I don't know either. So.
But we gonna switch gears, man. We're gonna hit our last stop here on Around the City, man, and we gotta, we gotta go. We gotta go to the to your squad, man. This New York Knicks team. We didn't talk to nauseam about the Giannis rumors. And those Giannis rumors continue to ramp up. You can touch on that if you like, but you know me, I'm gonna talk about on the court here for a second. And this guy right here, you see him sweating because he tired. Man, tired. So talk about this backup point guard situation here. You got Jordan Clarkson and Gershon Yabusele. They added a couple pieces, but the backup point guard position, they're looking at veterans like Malcolm Brogdon, Ben Simmons, good grief. Right now they got McBride and Clarkson at that spots.
McBride and
Jordan
Oleg.
Okay, yeah, right. Is this a concern for you, Coach? Is this a concern, the backup point guard spot for the Knicks?
It's fair to say, you can be concerned about it, but not to the point where I'm, freaking out over it. No, because first and foremost, this is not Tom Thibodeau's offense. You also have to look at that. I mean, Mike Brown. Shout out to Cave. Cave, when he did a video breakdown, and he showed when Brown was in Sacramento with that Princeton offense. I mean, you can probably at times allow your wings to bring the ball up on occasion. You can allow, your shooting guard, whoever that is, and then you're going to rely a lot more on Karl Anthony Towns in the high post, setting up passes. Now, I'm not saying he's an elite passer, but even Mitchell Robinson, the point I'm making is the dribble handoffs, especially if he gets comfortable with a lot of movement, because that's the other thing. There's going to be a lot of movement in this offense. So we're not going to be used to Brunson just pounding the rock like he was in the past. Mm-hmm. So as far as a backup point guard per se, I'm concerned a little bit, but I'm not overly concerned. So because, again, how is this offense run? That's what I want to see. How is he going to run his offense? Now is he going to really just leave it in Brunson's hand, pick and roll and all that stuff? Then it's like, then we still got Tibbs offense. But if you're running this, backdoor movement, spacing a lot more, then it takes some of the pressure. It takes the pressure off of Brunson on occasion. You can also have Josh Hart, because Josh Hart can facilitate, and we've seen it plenty of times. He can bring the ball up, if he's in the starting lineup, or if you insert him at any point with the starters, even if you start Mitchell Robinson. So I want to see what his intentions are in the long run. So I'm not overly concerned. I'm just concerned to see, what are you doing offensively? Because that's the first thing. If he does what I think he's going to do, kind of what he did with Sacramento, then I'm like, okay, cool. It opens up opportunities for everyone. Seriously, it really does. So, I'm and that's why I'm waiting to see. So what's up, TP?
TP, salute, man. Yeah, I'm right there with you. I think you gotta wait and see. I mean, Brunson been carrying the load for the Knicks for the last couple of years anyway, so it's not like he can't do it or he's not, but you don't want to burn him out like Thibodeau was. You see, that's why I put that picture up there. Yeah, he tired, man, tired.
And again, when you have Clarkson, because Clarkson, like you said, Clarkson can do certain things. They're working hard with Oleg. trying to bring up his game. McBride can, again, you have ball handlers. And if you do like I think you're going to do offensively, it changes how teams have to defend the Knicks.
Right.
Because right now you're really playing pick and roll,
and they can sign a veteran that's more of a defensive and more of a facilitator to take the pressure off Brunson on the offensive end and the defensive end.
Yeah, exactly.
So
it's right now is wait and see. I haven't delved a lot into the Knicks like I will later once football really closes out. Then I'll really get into the Knicks. Tap in here or there, but I'm as long as they don't start out 1-20, then it's gonna be like, then it's gonna be holy hell in New York. But if they do what they're supposed to do, I mean, started the season, and thank you NBA. I mean, 2 at home, 3 on the road. I think they got to sit. I think it's at a point I think they had 7 straight home games. Whatever. I'm like, okay, Knicks really better jump out, because if they do, but backup point guard, I'm not
too worried about it, and you shouldn't be. Only if he doesn't get hurt, because if he gets hurt, you gonna have a problem. But yeah, man, that's gonna be it. Real quick, this goddamn score with this goddamn Yankees team, they finally sweated it out. 6-4 the final here, so the Yankees getting a dub over the Rays, desperately needing to keep that momentum churning. Like we said earlier, we looked at the wild card race. Yankees right now got that top spot, but they got a big series coming up here against Boston, who they are trying to fight off, who's trying to catch them. All right, man. We done walked the blocks. My feet tired. I'm trying to go get something to eat. We're gonna have to get into some coaching, man. We're gonna have to get into some coach, man. We're gonna get into our coaching segment tonight, y'all. But before we do, please hit that like button. Please share this out on your social media platforms. We the only ones doing it like that, man. We the only ones doing it like that around here, around the city, man. It's heart of the city. We 3 years going on strong now. 99th episode, 100 coming up next week. Appreciate all your support. I appreciate my partners, man. Coach Edd, of course, man. We got Big Pat producing in the background. And, of course, RIP to our fallen soldier, Jeffrey T. 85. We are heart of the city. And heart of the city, man, ain't nothing without coaching, man. So let's cue up this coaching segment, man. Let's get into this, man. Yeah, man, can't wait for this one, bro. This is gonna be desire. All right, man. Let's get into it, man. So, Coach, I did mine first last time. I'm gonna give you the honors this time, my brother. Let you go ahead and get into it. We are going with top 5 street foods in New York, New Jersey. Now, street foods, what we talking about, man? We talking about foods you can get on the street, whether it be a stand, a truck, a store on a corner, you know, a little spot. Ain't nothing you sit down, you walk in with your family, but we ain't talking about those spots. We talking about, yo, I'm on the go. I need something real quick. Let me run in here, grab some, keep it pushing. Because that's how New Yorkers are. That's how we are. So, I'm actually getting hungry. So, while you doing your top 5, I'm going to order me something to eat. But nah, go ahead. Take it away, man.
I appreciate you, man. This is a cool segment. I'm a fat man. I always say it. I'm the sexiest fat man. You talking my language when it comes to food. So, growing up, number one thing for me, no matter what, coming into the city, you see the carts everywhere. I mean, I'm talking about going back to the 70s, y'all. Classic. 4th of July, they even have a contest for it. Come on. It's the hot dog. What more can I say? It's the hot dog. You know, there's so many different varieties, different ways. You know, you can, cook it in the water. You can grill it right there. Go into a spot, can grill it. There's spots in Jersey they call rippers, where they fry it right in oil. So, there's so many different classics, whether you get the chili and cheese, you get sauerkraut and mustard. You have your special when it comes to a hot dog. So, what?
Number 1.
One is the hot dog, and nothing beats a good hot dog, man. It just doesn't, man. So there you go, a hot dog and a soda with it too. There you go. All right, I'm moving on to number 2.
Number 2
is a pretzel. I mean, a true pretzel, not the ones you get in the bag. There it is. They're rolling it out for you. They really make it fresh made. Got the nice little perfect crispiness on the outside, but it's nice and soft inside. Get salt with it. You can even get, mustard if you want to put mustard on it, if you're into that. Whatever it is, or just go straight like that. But you get that pretzel. There you go. Coming in at number 3.
Number 3.
Kept this for me to a little locale where a lot of times I used to run in town and get it. And this is in New Brunswick, New Jersey. But you know what? In the tri-state area, they're everywhere. Fresh made tacos. Now, I'm not talking about no Taco Bell. I'm talking about real, where they make it fresh with the fresh toppings, no matter however you want it to be. Yeah, from Central America. The good tacos, whether you get the flour tortillas or the cornmeal tortilla. I mean, and then you get your toppings on. For me, I always gotta have that sour cream. And in Brunswick, it's so many different places. See, and there were a lot of, it didn't matter if you were from Guatemala, Mexico, wherever it is, you just knew that these were authentic tacos and you could taste it. You really could taste it. It was just throw a little Italian in there, magnifique. Good taco, real taco. brings it home, man. So let's go to number 4.
Number 4.
And in Brunswick, there's this little spot. If you know Brunswick, if you come up Front Street and you get the Handy, turn onto Handy, just go up a little bit, right under the train tracks. There's a little Peruvian restaurant, but right out front, there's this Mexican food cart with this woman there. She has all fresh fruits, shaved ice, Mexican drinks. But one of the things that, when I first heard it, I was like, what? Are you serious? But one of my friends said, try it. It's mangoes with fresh chili. When I tell you my mouth was exploding with such great flavor, oh my goodness. And, she can do it on pineapple. She has the good Mexican drinks, authentic Mexican drinks that this lady makes at home to put on her cart. And she walks around town, but most of the time she's camped out right there on Handy Street. During the summer, man, you see her and you pull over. People would drive by and turn around and come back, or go around the corner and then come in the back way and pull in. Yes, and you get your cart food, true cart food. Man, my mouth is watering right now. Coming in at number 5.
Number 5.
We've all seen it. Come on, y'all. The ice cream truck, man. Come on. You gotta have, especially during the summer. You hear the jingle, you come running out, or you talking to your mom. Mom, can I get some money? I want to go get some ice cream. And you could have ice cream in the freezer, but you want it from the truck. And you get the cones. You could dip it in the hardened candy, some sprinkles, or your favorite if you're eligible to eat some type of peanuts or something like that. Man, there's nothing better than a good ice cream. And in some carts, they put a little bit of everything. I've seen some that they even have a hot grill in there. So but when you get that good ice cream truck, you get it in there, and sometimes they even have the candy in there, the gums. Man, let me tell you, man, there's nothing better than a good ice cream cone, especially during the summer. So, and I'm gonna throw it in just for the honorable mention's sake. Throwing up, NYG knows what I'm talking about. We grew up eating roasted peanuts. There's always that cart out there that had the roasted peanuts. So there you go. So that's my list. There you have it. Critique it all you want, but that's coming from a sexy fat man. So, go ahead, bro. Take it away.
You can't go wrong with that list, especially the ice cream truck. I mean, even to this day, you may get the itch when you see one of them joints to be like, give me a little ice cream.
You waving, you know what's stopping.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Dirty Frank, infamous, hot dog, man. Yeah, street tacos, man. Street tacos,
pretzels. Yeah, I'm telling you, if
the pretzel's the thing. I'm very, like, I still eat them joints. So like, it's like it's a staple in my everyday kind of, not everyday, but my normal food, go-to foods, man. I love them soft pretzels, man. They
come out nice and hot, and they're soft.
But they have to be hot though. Yeah.
So there's a lot more. I went through a whole, man. You don't know what I did to go through this, and I was just like, no.
I'm already knowing, man. I left a bunch of stuff off my list too as well. But I'm gonna go ahead and get into my
let's go
my list right here, man. So. All right, man. So I'm gonna go from 5 to 1. So, Pat, I'm gonna start with number 5 here. And
number 5.
Number 5 is gonna be the bagel. Now, let me tell you something about a bagel. It is it's like fast food breakfast for New Yorkers. You just, you on the line, let me get a bagel with cream cheese. Let me get a cinnamon raisin bagel. You know what I'm saying? You got the butter bagels. You got different types of bagels, different flavors. People put different things on them. But the bagel, you can't go wrong if you hungry in the morning. It's bread and it's fulfilling. It's quick. You get them toasted. You know, they hook you up like none other on the planet. New York bagel, you cannot beat it. I'm telling you, it's fast food breakfast for New Yorkers. Bagel, you're not gonna get it nowhere else like you get it in NYC. I'm telling you. Number 4, coming in at number 4.
Number 4.
And rice from the Lao spot. Yes, it's so nice. They bringing it to the South. They bringing the spots out here. I be ordering it all the time. I be on the stream. Yeah, chicken and rice, man. You know, I mean, you can get the lamb and rice. You can get the chicken and lamb and rice. You know, you get the pita bread with it. You know, get the sauce on it. Look at that, man. Come on, man. They even give you a little salad with it. You get your little vegetables. There's some veggies in there, you know, for you healthy folk. Can't go wrong with this, man. I'm telling you. New York, man. New York, what are we talking about? What are we talking? We know how to eat. I don't give a damn what y'all say. We know how to eat. Y'all keep picking with me. We know how to eat, goddammit, man. Coming in at number 3, bro. Coming in at number 3, man.
Number 3.
Hero. Yes, I say hero. I don't mean Superman. I don't mean Batman. I don't mean Spider-Man. We're talking about a hero as in a hero sandwich, a stub, as you regular folks call it. We call it a hero. And this what you get. You get them. You don't got to go into a Subway. You get it at the store. You pull up and you get something like that at the store. And guess what? It's cheap. And you ain't. I remember growing up, going to the store getting a hero for $2. A big ass sandwich like that, $2. Y'all saying we don't know how to eat. We're gonna teach y'all something here. That right there, you can get in New York. I don't know how much they are now. Probably went up significantly, I bet. But the flavor is unmatched. It's unmatched. You can get whatever you want on it. You know, turkey, ham, whatever. You know, me, I eat turkey sandwich personally, but you know, less tomato. I had oil, vinegar on it, salt, pepper, oregano, all that good stuff. Hero, man, coming in at number 3. Number 2.
Number 2.
Beef patty, and you got to have that right there with it. The cocoa bread. The cocoa bread. Because if you look, man, let me tell y'all something. Take your cocoa bread patty in there, bro. You see how you doing it right there? I'm telling you, get the beef patty with the cocoa bread. Again, you go to Golden Crust, or they sell them at the stores sometimes, Jamaican spots. But you gotta get the cocoa bread. I'm trying to teach y'all something. Don't go on there like this cat with regular ass beef patty. You got to have the cocoa bread with it. Now you can eat them regular. They good like that too. But me, I prefer it with the cocoa bread. Yes. And I do like the spiciness. Now, the number 1, y'all probably know where I'm going with this. And we got Mr. Chicago on here, so I know he gonna have something to say about it. But cue it up, man. Number 1, man. You
Number 1.
New York pizza, best pizza on the planet.
Mhm.
I don't give a goddamn what you say. Best pizza on the planet. The only thing you gonna get better is probably if you go to Italy and the goddamn Italians in the back make it for you themselves. Yeah, what? That's how you sound when you eat it. You know what I'm saying? You get you a slice.
Mm-hmm.
If it don't have the oil dripping down the you ain't got the right, you ain't got it, bro. You ain't got it. If you can't fold that joint over and oil, I don't care how, if you wear whatever, how y'all feel about it. This is how we eat. And the oil is dripping down off the end of the pizza. You don't have a fucking pizza. You got some bullshit. New York pizza, best pizza on the planet. Now y'all fucking argue with me on that. God damn it. Let's go.
There you go.
Hey, this is your conscience speaking to you. Chicago's pizza is better.
Get out.
Always be
Go
better.
back in the background.
Whatever.
What are you talking about,
You
man?
want to hear something funny? I read an article from somebody in Chicago who said New York,
You know
New
what
York,
time
New
it
Jersey
is.
pizza is the best.
He's a Benedict Arnold, man. He's just trying to he's trying to get in good with New York.
Whatever.
Man, but when it comes to actually the sauce, actually the content
You
of the
had
pizza,
it.
Yeah, I had it. It was dope. Don't get it wrong with me. You my brother from forever. Once we got there, what you said, hey, we gotta get a slice. I'm like, okay, cool. I got a slice, a bucket of chicken almost, and a soda for like $8. I was like, man, that's
For
crazy.
the low. That's what I'm
For
trying
the
to
low.
tell y'all. We got good food for the low.
Yeah,
All this
so
stuff I'm
pricing,
talking about,
no,
you get that
you
shit
can't get
too.
a slice of Chicago pizza for no less than $12 to $15, and that's just a slice. There's no chicken, no rice, no champagne, no nothing with that. When it comes to actually just, what do you call just quick spots to get something to eat, I will say the New Jersey, New York area is king. I will say that. But I'm gonna do one on a heart-to-heart talk, and I'm gonna bring up my culture from Chicago on a heart-to-heart right here with NYG. We gotta settle this, bro. We gotta beef now. I ain't talking about the food. But man, this segment, man, like I said, apologize. I always gotta say something on these segments, man. This is culture. This is dope, man. You get to see exactly how things are made and how it goes around in the city. And believe it or not, my brother has shown me parts of New York when we went up there, and I know he's gonna show me everything else when we get back up there. We're gonna have it on video for you. But I'm not gonna lie, that slice, even though you second place, you were very close second. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Hey,
Yo, but all the foods, the cocoa bread, I gotta try that.
Yeah.
I gotta try you guys subs. We have subs in Chicago. We can, go about that. I had a chopped cheese, very good. I still think the Italian beef is better in Chicago. But when it comes to just pricing and culture, man, there's nothing like the New York, New Jersey area, man. Real talk. And I always have a blast when I go up there, especially when NYG show me the hood spots, man. That's where it's at, man. Most of the spots you guys are talking about are either food trucks or in the
hood spot,
or in the hood, man. And that's where you get the best food, man. It's cooked with love out there, bro. They take pride in what they do. So I'm proud of this culture segment, man. But I just had to say my piece because you started that beef with the pizza, man. Y'all, you got to stop that, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're gonna get to the bottom of it. But what's your thoughts, man, Coach, man?
I love it, man. Love it. I love that, especially this one, man. And like I said, we could sit here and there's so many different fried chicken spots. Come on, man.
Yeah,
there's so many fried in different ways. Kentucky, Kennedy, Kansas fried. It's like man, different West Indian spots. I mean, creativities now. A lot of people are doing, whether it's oxtail pizza, one with oxtail burger. I'm like,
they got an oxtail Philly cheese joint out here. Yeah, the joint is damn near $30 sandwich, but when you eat it, it's like, yeah, I know I paid $30 per set, but this motherfucker good.
Exactly. So that's it's like, you know, but the thing that really gets me most with all of these is when you bite into it, the flavor. You know, a lot of them, it's about the flavor. You know, so we can sit here and talk about high-end restaurants and presentation and all that, and some of them are good tasting. Don't get me wrong. These street carts, stores, whatever, you go in and you start. You know, we could talk about the different pizzas. You know, whether you have the Neapolitan, which is a sweeter tasting sauce, versus the traditional. I mean, you can go on and on.
Sicilian slices. Remember, those are the square ones, kind of like Chicago pizza.
There's also the Jersey type, which most people don't realize. That ends up where you got the dough, the cheese, and the sauce on the top. Now that's usually down the shore. Yeah. But when you bite into it, you're like, oh man, because you taste the sauce right away. Taste it. So it's about the flavors, and that's the thing with me. You gotta have flavor, man. There's some spots that, you know what, man, get this stuff out of here.
Right. Yeah.
In this spot, you bite into it, you bite a slice of piece, and you be like, oh, wait a minute, give me another one. Give me another one. How many times have you done that? Or a hot dog? You like,
and it's so bad for me personally, because I live in the South and I get a lot of copycats. And I'm just like, bro, get that shit wherever you came from. You're not real. It's not the real deal. It's a knockoff. You know? So again, you know, we dealing with imitators too.
Here's one other thing too. When you do pizza, I mean, I worked in Pizza Hut, so it's not. But when I first worked in Pizza Hut back in the 90s, we used to make our dough fresh. If you have fresh dough, you can tell. That brings out the flavor. And look at the crust, because a lot of times, golden brown, even has a little burnt on it. Now, when they have day-old pizza, day-old dough, it's not as golden brown. That's how you can start to tell. You're like, okay, this is. And when you have dough that isn't fresh, it takes away from the flavor. Even with the sauce and the cheese and your toppings, it just takes away from it, because the dough is really like you were saying. First of all, that oil got to be in there. If it's not day-old, it doesn't hold the oil, and then it doesn't fold very well. That's the other thing. You gotta fold that, you know, and then sometimes, and then good pizza.
It's gotta get a good fold too.
That fold, but when you bite into it, that cheese extension, you know, sometimes you're like, ooh, hot.
That's too hot.
Yeah. That's some good stuff, man. I'm hungry right now. I'm hungry.
But so that was fun, man. We're gonna get into Coach's Corner though. I know you got a lot, Coach, man. Definitely appreciate y'all for tapping in with us here on this late Wednesday night here, heart of the city, man. You know how we do it. But Coach, man, it's your time, man. Talk to him, man. Get it in, man. Tell them about the WNBA. I know it's things going on there with this. I've been preparing since Liberty too. You know, I know football coming up, Rutgers getting started. You know, and I know you want to touch on some local stuff as well. But all that and much more, y'all hit that like I said, man. We coming back with you with Coach's Corner. It's heart of the city. Let's do it, man.
Yo, hit that button and won't let me get to Coach's Corner.
Oh, okay.
All right, gentlemen, thank you. First of all, to our producer and to you, NYG. A round of applause to you guys. You guys do a phenomenal job, man. You know, you're putting a lot of hard work for this, so you know, definitely.
Congratulations. Well done.
That's for you guys. So starting out with the WNBA, gonna start last night. Our Liberty defeated the Minnesota Lynx for the first time this season, 85-75. Now, the Libs, they were led by JJ, Jonquel Jones. She had another double-double, 22 points, 10 rebounds on 7 of 10 shooting. In the season matchups against the Lynx, Jones is actually shooting 74%, the best against any opponent she's faced more than once this whole year. So this speaks volumes to her importance for the Liberty and their chance of repeating as champions. So one other little tidbit, Liberty, I believe, are 32-0 when she hits double-doubles. So there you go. Shout out to Jonquel. So currently New York is tied with Atlanta for second in the WNBA at 22-13. Now, they got 9 games left in the season, and they need to make a strong push to close out the season to secure that number 2 spot. They're starting to get a lot of their injured players back. Most recently, Kennedy Burke came back from an injury and, you know, is working her way back into the rotation. Stewie is supposed to be coming back towards the end of the month. They also have Benijah Laney, who's going to be coming back, as well as Niara Sabali. So the Liberty, for as frustrating as they've been without a lot of their key players this year, but they're still up there in tops in the league. So if we can get our top players back and make a run during the playoff, watch out. Even Minnesota, watch out. So one of the key contributors is recently signed Emma Meeseman. She's actually averaging in 8 games, 15 points, 5.9 rebounds, 3.6 assists. So, you know, she's becoming another important key contributor, especially coming off the bench. Once we get everyone back, you know, you see her basketball IQ and how her game is helping other players begin to slowly elevate their game. So hopefully her contributions, along with the others coming back, will lead to another championship for our New York Liberty. So there you have it. Going to close out the Liberty and move on to Syracuse football. But Liberty, love you. Let's go. So the first thing we're going to talk about is in Syracuse football is quarterback Stephen Jelly. He was recently named the starting quarterback for the season beginning August 30th against Tennessee. This game is actually going to be played down in Atlanta for the Affleck kickoff game. Now, Angeli comes to the Qs after transferring in from Notre Dame. He brings in a championship level experience, having played in both of last year's semifinals and championship games. So he'll be able to withstand any type of pressure that Syracuse is going to be facing. For his career, he's completed 58 passes and 80 attempts for 72.5%, 772 yards and 10 touchdowns, 1 interception, and he's rushed 17 times for 36 yards. Now, he's not a dynamic dual threat quarterback, but he's still capable of putting the pressure on the defense, especially when he's able to get outside the pocket. So now, he is from New Jersey, Westfield. Boo! But Westfield is my high school arch rival, so that's why I say that. But in Jersey, he played for nationally renowned Bergen Catholic High School, leading them to a perfect 12-0 record his senior year in high school and a New Jersey State Championship. He's also on the Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Watch List, which is presented annually to the top upperclassman quarterback in the nation. So shout out to him. And at Syracuse, he has 2 years of eligibility left. So definitely looking forward to him and watching him produce. Now, moving forward, we're going to talk about Jonte Cook. Now, Jonte Cook is a wide receiver entering his first season on the football team at Syracuse. And he's a member of the Earl Campbell Tyler Rose Watch Award list. Now, this award is presented annually to the nation's top offensive collegiate player who is from or plays in Texas and demonstrates an enduring characteristics that defines Earl Campbell: integrity, performance, teamwork, sportsmanship, drive, community, and tenacity. So on the field, look for him to play an important role in replacing the talented former wide receiver tight end Aronde Gadsden II, who's actually moved on to the NFL, and he's playing with the LA Chargers. So definitely going to be looking forward to seeing what Cook does this year. Moving on to the final member of Syracuse that I'm going to talk about, it's running back Will Nixon. Now, Nixon last year missed 10 games after suffering a Liz Frank injury, and he's a member of the comeback player of the year watch list. Now, he's had a multitude of playing experiences, appearing in 32 collegiate games, rushing for 366 yards, 3 touchdowns, 25 catches for 199 yards. Before he came to Syracuse, he actually played for Washington in the 2023 National Championship game, and he also began his career at Nebraska in 2020 and 2021. So there you have it. I mean, there's a lot more that I wanted to originally put in, but it's just way too much to put into Coach's Corner, because otherwise it would have been a Syracuse Coach's Corner. So there you have it. So right now I'm going to move on into some local college news. And my school that I played football for, Kane University, they introduced their new women's head basketball coach, Tasha Pointer. Now, there is a connection to the heart of the city. She is from Chicago, hometown of Big Pat. She played at Rutgers. Pat, go ahead and also play the video too. She is a Hall of Famer at Rutgers. She brings a wealth of coaching experience to the Union School. 2 stints at Rutgers under Coach C. Vivian Stringer, and recently under Coach East Washington. She also coached locally at St. John's. Now you're probably looking there at a little video. So she went up against MJ. So now she's a highly efficient recruiter, as she has consistently brought talent to wherever she stopped. Former Rutgers head coach C. Viv was quoted as saying, "Words cannot express enough my sincere joy and happiness for Tasha. She was my lead recruiter, the person who knows the X's and O's, and her leadership created the kind of success we had at Rutgers. They have a great coach in Tasha Pointer, and she will be highly successful." So I can't tell you enough. I believe I think Cappy Pondexter was also one of the reasons. She said Tasha was one of the reasons why she considered Rutgers, because Tasha is also from, Cappy Pondexter was also from Chicago. So, but congratulations to Coach Pointer. I know she's going to do well in Cougar Land and Cougar Pride. So we're going to go ahead now, and we're going to move on to my next segment. And it's about paying homage to another New York City legend, former Archbishop Malloy High School Queens legend, Kenny Anderson. Now you'll hear me call Kenny Anderson coach, because he was the head coach at Fisk University, an HBCU in Nashville, Tennessee, helping to mold and impact the lives of many young men during his time, during these trying times that we're currently facing. At Malloy, he was considered one of the best basketball prospects in America, where he was a 4-time Parade All-American, only accomplished by Lucinda Kareem Abdul-Jabbar at the time. And he was the first player to be named to the All-City 4-time. He was a McDonald's All-American. He was named New York State Mr. Basketball by the New York State Coaches Association, and named High School Player of the Year by Gatorade, the New York State Sports Writers Association, Parade, Naismith, and USA Basketball Today. So phenomenal coach, great man, former New Jersey Net. So there you go, NYG, just for you. And I've been following Coach on Twitter, X, for years, and he's an open book, and he's a phenomenal follower. So I I just love following him and all of his good takes that he brings to the table. So still talks about New York basketball and all his connections. Talks a little bit about the Boston Celtics. I will say that, because he also played there, but his heart is still in New York City. So there you go. I'm going to go ahead now and move on to another section of Princeton. Last week I talked about Princeton golf. This week I'm going to talk about the ladies soccer team, the women's soccer team. Now, they were picked first in the Ivy League preseason poll. They're the first team to win both the Ivy League title and the Ivy League tournament title, and they're picked to make the first step again this fall. Now, they have 9 of the 16 first place votes and 118 poll points. They're picked first in the Ivy League preseason poll, which was announced Monday. They open the season with a visit from Rutgers on Friday, 5 o'clock. They also have 2 visits from, this is the first of 2 visits from Big Ten opponents during the regular season. Ohio State, which is ranked 18th in the United States Soccer Coaches preseason poll, is also coming in on August 28th. And then locally, Syracuse is actually coming in on the 31st. So there you have it. Princeton is going to be bringing in a lot of talent. They return scorers of 23 of the 40 goals from last year. And that's led by Alexandra Barry, Brooke Dawaher, and Isabel Garces. So each of them have 4 goals from last season. So there you have it. So I'm going to start closing this out, starting with Rutgers. I'm sorry. I'm going to close this out with Rutgers, starting with Rutgers basketball. Now, they just received a commitment today from 2025 4-star shooting guard Dorian Jones. Jones is from Richmond Heights High School in Cleveland, Ohio. He originally committed and signed with Ohio State, but later axed out of his signing and reopened his recruitment. Then he selected Rutgers, and when he was asked why, he decided on Rutgers and was quoted as saying, "I picked Rutgers because I think it was the best decision for me moving forward, but also because the coaching staff showed me so much love and made me feel more at home." Now, he commented that it's a list of the new players coming into the bank. Jones is also one of the new list of players coming into the banks also. So I believe Rutgers has 10 new players coming in. So definitely going to be a lot going on, especially in the beginning of the season on the basketball court. Now I'm going to close out on football. Starting out with news that I just received today. I don't have an image for this, Pat. So on the field, Rutgers lost one of its prized transfer offensive linemen, Ryder Lansdale from Lafayette University. He was in a competition for the starting spot, and he was the favorite to win the position. Now, it does leave the Knights to focus on a new starter by next Thursday, not tomorrow, but next week when they open up hosting Ohio University of the MAC. Right now, it's going to come down to Taj White, Ty Needham, and Dante Chin. So Rutgers did bring in 3 other transfer tackles with Lansdale: Moshood Jiwa from Long Island University, Justin Caesar from New Haven, and Zach Anlund from Illinois. So we'll see how things turn out. Now, this last image that Pat's going to show is of quarterback Athenian McManus. He was actually named to the Johnny Unitas Golden Watch list. I spoke to you earlier about Steen Evangeli. So he's also on the list. So we'll see how he does going into the season. And then to close out, I have 3 Scarlet Knights were named to the Senior Bowl top 300 list. Running back C.J. Campbell, wide receiver D.T. Sheffield, and defensive end Eric O'Neill. And then the team closed out its last scrimmage recently. It was definitely a lively one. The reports state the offensive line was very physical. The depth at running back was evident as there were several impactful runs. And the big play abilities of the receivers were on display at several times. On defense, the linebackers were aggressive and will be able to make the plays. Defensive backfield will have playmakers there, and the line will be a rotation. Hopefully, the line will develop into one that we fans of Rutgers have been accustomed to. So that's what I'm going to be looking for going forward defensively. So right now I'm going to go ahead and close this out. That's what I have for you on Coach's Corner. Thanks for everybody for tuning in and turning it back over to you guys.
Yo, Coach. We
Yes.
can't let them get away without saying Kenny Anderson getting busy on the court, man. Hey, listen, Kenny Anderson is a legend out there in the Jersey, New York area. And we cannot allow the people to go away without seeing that man, Kenny Anderson. Grew up watching him, man. Very underrated guard. And he did get busy with the Nets. He did play in Boston. But NYG, I know you wanted this to be shown because this is your culture. This is your time, man. You play ball. This is one of the guys that, you know, you probably looked up to, not to speak for you, but one of the guys you looked up to when you was playing ball, man. And he just, man, they got busy out there, man. You want to say anything about Kenny Anderson before we get out of Coach's Corner, man? Kenny Anderson was that dude.
Yeah, man. Definitely, man. You you gotta respect Kenny Anderson, especially, man, if you're a Nets fan. You know, back in those days, man, those heydays, man, with him and DC, Derek Coleman. They had Rick Mahorn on those teams. I mean, yeah, exactly, bro. Like Kenny Anderson, man, is a NYC legend. Definitely, man. And there's no question about it, man. One of the best ball handlers, passers, you know, a street legend in his own right. Like, yeah, man, this is dope, bro. This is dope, man. This taking me back, you know. And yes, I did, you know, grow up watching guys like Kenny Anderson, you know, play ball, you know, Mark Jackson, you know, a lot of different guys. Earl the Pearl, right? So, yeah, shout out to Kenny Anderson. And yeah. Enough said, bro.
Right. Made a legend live, man. Hey, listen, Kenny Anderson was a dog playing back in the day. Just had to let you guys see about Mr. Kenny Anderson, what he did on the court, man.
Like,
I'm telling you, man, Kenny Anderson was nice, bro.
And
I love watching
about
Kenny
Kyrie Irving, man. Look at Kenny Anderson's ball handling in some of these highlights, man. This is look, even at an older age when he played for the Celtics.
He one of them true New York ballers. Not to take it too much longer, but man, you know a New York point guard or New York guard when you see them, man. They got a certain flavor and a certain style. And I just wanted to show this, man, because this is culture, man. This is the heart of the city, man. You know what I'm saying? You get to look at guys like Kenny Anderson them back in the day, and they don't get the respect that they deserve, man. But these guys were balling out there, like some of the guys you said, Earl the Pearl. But Kenny Anderson, man, he was that dude when he played, man. I just had to show you guys that because this is heart of the city, man. Let me get back to the shadows, man. This has been Coach's Corner.
Nah, but I appreciate that, Pat. I do, and that's the point. You know, it's. I was thinking about it. You know, like I said, I was scrolling through Twitter, and you know, I saw his page because it always comes up, and you know, he had me thinking, and I was just like, you know what? You know, I talked about Malik last year, and it's just like, you know, he's another one that, you know, I love following him, and I think about his game back in the day, and you know, and you said it, you know. Coming from the New York City tri-state area, you know those types of guards. You know, I mean, you know, throw another one out there, even though he's from Jersey. Bobby Hurley was another one, you know, who, you know, handled like you're talking about, had the pizzazz, you know, played the game, you know, in a way that represented this area. Kenny Anderson was just like that also. And it was, I mean, I read his accolades, man. I mean, I'm just sitting there, you know, doing the research. I'm like, yeah, I forgot, man. You know, this kid, and you know, you even think about his freshman year, he sat every first quarter. Coach sat Coach Anderson the start of the game, every first quarter, and he was still an all-star, all-supreme, all everything as a freshman. That just tells you about his game and where he was at. And, you know, sometimes I'm like, I don't see that all the time nowadays. I rarely see that in high school basketball I'm talking about. So, and, you know, like I said, you know, Coach Anderson, like I said, follow him down at Fisk and seeing, they didn't get W's all the time, but just watching this man, the impact he had on the lives of players there, it's just like I said, he's endeared himself to me always. So, that's why I wanted to talk about him. So,
all right, and that has been Coach's Corner, and we finna get back so we can wrap up Heart of the City, man. The best show smoking. Let's go.
Yeah, man. This has been dope. This was dope, Coach. Emma, is it Messerman?
Messerman, yes.
Messerman, okay. I talked about her last week on the show. Just wanted to make sure I got that pronunciation right. Shout out to Tasha Pointer. Yeah, that was a dope story. Yeah, I like when you bring those up, especially with our women. You know what I'm saying, and her being from the area, man, and just getting an opportunity is a good thing. It's a good thing because you gotta have positive vibes.
Exactly. She's one of the ones who's a king. I'm telling you, she is.
Yeah. So, and yes, shout out to Kenny Anderson, man. Yankees win, Nets lose.
Nets?
I mean,
I know what you meant.
Mets. Those S teams, they get me every time.
He just getting prepared for the season, Coach.
Yeah, but anyway, that's it, man. That's it for Heart of the City, man. It was a good show. Any last words you got, Coach?
I think we covered everything today. That culture segment, man, got me. Man, my stomach is grumbling right now. So it's, I actually got some chicken and rice in the fridge.
Facts, man. Facts.
So it's like,
got something on the way right now.
Yeah,
But shout out to the chat. Shout out to TP Way. Shout out to Iman Perry. Shout out to Big Fan Breezy. Shout out to Leaf Diggy. And of course, shout out to my bro, Big Pat, producer on the controls, man. Excellent work, bro. Appreciate you. But that's it, man. We're gonna get up out of here, man. You know what to do, bro, man. Hit the intro, man. We up out of here. Peace.